but this is how I developed this concept of conversational networking. I was doing Draper University, which was a accelerator program, and there was 30 founders in my group. I was one of the 30, and I went on stage to go pitch my business to an audience of 50 investors. No different than the other 29 people in my group did. I walked up on stage, I turned my presentation on, and I began speaking. Here's where it's different. The 29 people all asked for money. What I did was ask for networking, okay? I veered. And so I was so different that I got an insane amount of inbound from the people in the audience. I said, I don't want to raise capital. I'm doing the anti-capital raise. I held up money and I said, I'll pay $300, $30 each for 10 people to go to lunch with me. I'll buy 10 people's lunch in the audience. That's what I was doing. I was networking. And what came out of that was that I met my first angel investor just purely from networking. I wasn't pitching. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just networking. And that's when a light bulb clicked in my head. And I was like, oh, Dale Carnegie's stuff works. People love people. And if you find the right person that you get along with, you'll want to do work together and you'll figure out a way to do work. And that's my mindset on everything going forward from now on. And so when I fundraise, I'm just networking. I'm not pitching yet, just going and seeing who are the investors I like, who likes me, who do we get along with. Your job is essentially dating. That's what conversational networking is. Now, the value of conversational networking is that because we have a story that we worked on and refined and has an emailable pitch deck for, you're going to be able to turn all these conversational networking moments, all these conversations into new introductions. And so each time you're done with somebody, they're going to probably give you like, hey, you should go talk to my friend Frank, or like, oh, Jessica would love this, right? Great. Make a note of that. Add that person's name to your investor pipeline. Know who you should follow up with for the intro, and bother them and bother them and bother them and bother them until they made the intro. And then you go have a conversation with the people they introduced you to, and you do it again. And like eventually this thing exponentially gets out of control, and you're just going to be meeting so many people, and you're going to be getting introductions left and right, and you're going to get offers to meet with people left and right. And what you're going to do is have to then start to prioritize who's actually worth it. But before we get to that stage of prioritizing which investors and which advisors and which people are worth networking with, we just network with everybody. Everybody who's willing to talk, you go learn something from, and you try to help. And you'll see that karma, that networking karma, comes back exponentially when you get in the next few levels of the fundraise stage. Because if you just think about it from a common sense standpoint, if you go talk to 100 people and 100 people like you, and all 100 of those people are somewhat in your industry, there's someone's going to be able to help you, right? Commonsensically. And so the only thing that actually matters with conversational networking is how many conversations can you have where people like you. And I'll talk about in the group calls how I have these conversations. I've got some materials that you're more than welcome to check out. But the key to this is just make sure they like you, make sure you're getting a hold of people, and go talk to everybody. Everyone has a cool story. Go learn it.